The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. You know, one of the gifts of priesthood is that people invite priests into their lives. And often in very intimate and personal ways, and at very personal times. And it's interesting because for some, as they look at the life of a priest, and particularly these circumstances, one might assume, and often would say to me, Father, I don't know how you're around so much suffering, or around people who are enduring such great pain, and people who are terminally ill. Now, indeed, these moments and times in our life can be quite difficult. Part of following Christ and picking up our cross daily and carrying Him isn't the fun part of life. But part of the gift of my priesthood is being able to witness people carry their crosses. And the witness that I perceive so often and frequently in those who are sick and in those who care for them, often so edifying. I can think of so many examples from our parish. So many examples of spouses caring for each other. Wives caring for husbands, husbands caring for wives. And to where that which they're enduring, that suffering, that sickness that they have, really guides so much of their life. Guides so many decisions that they make, so many things they do or don't do. So I'll give just a few. So first, in one who suffers, it's an opportunity to live the liturgical season of Lent in a very real way. To suffer with Christ. To recognize amidst the feelings of maybe aloneness and despair or struggle or whatever emotions might come and go, just as our Lord felt on the cross, so too the one who suffers has these emotions, has these feelings, has these human experiences that come along with suffering. But they're not alone. Christ knows and Christ understands. And the persevering and carrying those crosses and suffering well gives such beautiful witness. And for those who care for them, they're sacrificing their lives so often. Intimately caring for their loved ones. Whether it be a child to a parent, a spouse to a spouse, or even healthcare workers that provide that care, that provide that nurturing, that provide that tenderness. A beautiful witness of how Christ loves us and meets us in our needs and sends us people to be Him to us. Maybe you think in your life times where you've seen and witnessed that. Maybe as a priest I'm blessed to be in more people's lives in those situations, but I leave edified because of the witness that they give. Because what I see is God working. God's giving them grace. He's giving them strength. And all of this comes through Our Lady's intercession. Today, yes, we celebrate Mary's birthday. One of the titles given to Mary is that she's the mediatrix of all grace. Meaning that every grace that comes to us comes through her intercession. Now, it doesn't come from her. It comes through her. Just as Christ came to us through Mary, so too in God's plan, He's given Mary not only the honor to be the mother of God and to bring Christ into the world, but to be the mother of us, the church, who intercedes for us unceasingly. Only as a mother can, and only as a mother would. And so, amidst the sufferings in our life, and whether we're specifically in that situation now in our lives, or whether we ourselves are earnestly bringing our loved ones before Our Lady's intercession to bring to her Son, we know and recognize that God hears and answers these prayers. And so as we strive to pray and to lift our sick in prayer, we particularly ask for the grace to be a witness of Christ in His suffering, in His nurturing. And we ask for that grace for you and I to persevere in carrying the crosses that God gives to us.